Here's Scott up top. Good ball fake as he drives to the bucket. Dump off underneath. Scott. Here through traffic. Wow. Got it down low, and that's a beautiful rejection, but it stays with Cincinnati. Scott down low into Williams, and he finished.
And Cincinnati certainly knows that and needs to close down the space. Vogt got the...
You have to get completely set if you're going to dribble handoff.
Scott again working against Dewar. Kicks outside to Cumberland.
That's why the conference tournament's going to be so much fun in the American this year.
Scott working on Dewar. Nice pass to Diarra.
He's a miss him, but over the course of the game, he's going to make a lot more of those tough shots than what he's going to miss.
Jared Cumberland, total of 6 points in the league. Turnover is a major issue last Saturday at Memphis. Williams. Green. Throw it away. Jared Cumberland is ahead of the pack. He brings Cincinnati.
Good help side defense by East Carolina the last couple of possessions.
Scott.
Sellers, Scotty Burrell, they've had a ton of talent here at UConn. What an amazing program.
Disruption, knocked free, active hands from Cumberland. Numbers for the Bearcats. Jamin Cumberland.
Wichita's 0 for 2. Totally changed, taking the air out of the building a little bit, put the momentum back for Cincinnati.
Nice cut. Common theme in their losses this year, struggling from three-point range, but the glass is doing it for them.
Speaking for Cincinnati.
Although Cincinnati's done a pretty good job against the #1 rebounding team in the country, staying even for 4 games. Nate Hinton is blossoming again offensively here today. 3 bucks. I'm telling you, this team has a higher ceiling, period. They're physically better.
Harvey.
Vanderbilt misfires on a 3. Micah Adams-Woods for Williams.
Didn't help that he's not on the floor. SMU trying to finish off these last almost 3.
Our officials and the Bearcats will control. Inside a paint touch for 7-1 Chris Beachmore. There's more of a fluidity to this team, which had to change systems offensively and defense.
That was, quote, what he said as a new coming coach in the American Conference.
Cumberland.
Relocate very well. You watch him and you watch Moore on the other side.
Again, Jamin. Scott with no timeouts for Cincinnati gets it back from Williams. Scott was the one you wanted to foul, but he gets it to Vogt.
Williams the offensive rebound. Scott.
Adams-Woods. Cumberland with a good decision not to pass to his cousin, who was guarded. And there's how many different defenses have we seen today?
We've seen 1-3-1 zone. We've seen multiple mans. We've seen a couple different zones.
If you didn't, you should go find it.
Yeah, I will. I'll make sure I comment on Twitter.
Please.
Be interesting to watch Tulsa. How do they play Vogt on the inside there? That time sent a late double.
Shot, another steal here. This time they convert with Cumberland from the deck. As the ball moves around to Scott. Jamin again, he's feeling it. Wow.
Against USF, and what a team to knock off to try and snap that skid. Gave Walker some space.
And get that shot wide open on the backside.
Scott again. Scott lobs it to Vogt, and you just can't stop.
Fishing game, we always we don't want to give the defense enough credit.
The double comes on Vogt. He fired up anyway.
Good possession for the Huskies.
Scott looking down low, goes high-low with Vogt. Vogt off the glass.
On a little bit of a burst with his 2 threes.
Tre Scott looks in for Vogt. Vogt got separation and lays it in.
Transfer from Valparaiso. 2 years there at Valpo. Here's Vogt. Got it deep again, and Vogt scored against the 2 lines of that zone defense. Nice job. Nice flash. Kick it. Adams-Woods. Got it. Iowa's a team that protects the ball very well. 9 for 4.
Sorolla wants it. For a good
downtown, a preseason All-Patriot team selection. And an early bucket for the visitors. Vote down. The free throw line. Tried to bounce it off to Tre Scott. Did a great job to recover a ball that was errantly sent his way into the corner.
He was falling out of bounds. He had Micah Adams in the wood and Tre Scott with the defense.
Over to Cumberland. Open for the three. Got it. Be in control of this game. Williams able to get rid of it right in front of us. Down low for both. There's your front iron. Strong was battling for the rebound, went down. Bearcats have numbers the other way. Vote. Off to Tre Scott. Scott drives the lane, kicks it out, left side. McNeil, three ball, got it.
Leonard Hamilton team that went all the way to the Elite Eight in 2017. McNeil off the offensive rebound
To get that layup.
Ohio State's largest lead now of 6 as we reach the halfway mark here in the second. Leader will help him.
Williams now with a dozen. Another three-pointer on the
4 overtime games in a row. 5 overtime periods in those games. Cumberland wraps around him, got it on the rim, rebound to Burton. Burton. Tough shot blocked by Scott.
Jackson driving, layup blocked by Steve.
Unbelievable, right? And they won.
That depth is something to be talked about. Newton almost lost it to Gardner. Floats it up, but it's blocked away by...
Rejection by...
For everything that happened after that. To set the record straight, he was right.
Pierre Louis on the drive, he got past.
It's offensive rebounds, and you saw right there, puts it on the deck. Good finish at the rim. Gardner, kick out. Miles rejected by
Harris. Ellis. Achua, and what a block.
He's strong with the ball.
Ooh. By Brandon Rochelle, and now Tulsa runs the other way. Here's Moore. Hightower. Oh! Assessing the entire time he was coming up the floor. Gilbert trying to reverse layup. It's swapped.
Sometimes you find a diamond in the rough in terms of a guy who's already coming to the school. Completely stay 4 feet off of them. It's going to hurt you. The foul, by the way, was on Jared Cumberland. His second. Carter has it blocked. Can use some clock, but I think that ball has to either be in Marshall or Jones' hands at the end of these shot clocks. And here's Jones at the end of the shot clock. Court, he'll check in the next whistle for UC.
Good defense by Tre Scott.
Terrific. Absolutely terrific. Talk about some of the monster games he's had. How many people have a 2020 game on their resume?
One step too many there. He may have gotten away with it traveling. Sherfield off the head of Vogt.
Right there, he has been shut down. He's got no window to shoot the basketball.
Just 3 points on 1 of 3.
Against this offensive flow of UCF.
Green. Threw it away. Jared.
Put the ball on the floor and make plays that they may not be able to make. Here's a turnover. I got that one. Because that's it.
Harris using his speed to beat the pressure.
Physical disruption, not free, active hand.
And this guy here with the ball, Book Night, look for him to make a play.
Oh, Cook turns it over.
115 points through 3 quarters. Burton trying to lob it.
41-22, Cincinnati with a monster advantage.
Off 2 rows. Season high scoring night for him, and he throws it right.
And active in many facets of Memphis life.
He hasn't been quite as good in half-court sets, but he is improving rapidly.
In fact, I don't think Cincinnati has had a lead at all in this game. Alley intercept.
That's what John Brannon has faced, and that's the reason for some of the...
And he has 9 of those to go with 19 points.
John Brannon would have liked a little longer possession that time.
Reggie Jones. Horn gets by Scott. Trying to dump it inside.
Then we talked about they got a front or double. One of those two things has to happen. But a cook, just not strong enough to handle that.
And the lead is 15, and that's the 9th turnover for UConn.
From behind the arc, Garza is a 42% three-point shooter. There's a
not just about playing. You got to talk your way through these seasons. Bad pass. Cincinnati gets it.
It's good to see him get the ball inside because he can score from inside and outside. Smith to Frank.
Along with Chris McNeil. He's a guy that's very scrappy and can create mismatches. Tre Scott right there. Run out to Williams underneath the hoop. Well short to the corner. He was falling out of bounds. He had Micah.
Cincinnati working the ball inside again. Diamond to Scott. Jump hook. Temple back out in front. No timeouts left for Cincinnati. Cumberland to the rim. No, the tip is good.
Defense a little bit too comfortable shooting that 15-foot jumper.
Durs averaging only 7 on the season, but playing much better. Nice attack front of the rim. That missed by Antun Maracevic, the 6'10 senior out of Croatia. Nice pass back.
The monster slam.
Rideau averages 4 assists per game. Trevon Scott
takes momentum going into the half.
Nice pass back. And Javen Cumberland getting into the starting lineup for his cousin. Been pretty quiet so far. An aggressive three-point shooter.
Because there's been so much parity, what you do late in the year could affect getting in and also your seed in the NCAA tournament.
Scott isolated once again on Brown. That's exactly where Cincinnati went to seconds and counting on the shot clock. Inside of 6:50 remaining in this one. Once again, USF is led by as many as 13. Now it's a one-possession game. ISO for Scott. Turn baseline. Boy, I thought...
Looked like maybe he gets stretched out or something. So keep an eye on that. How long will Quincy Rideau be out for South Florida?
Nice spin. View. Conferences, including the ACC, the SEC. There you see the dates therein.
Off another Harris rebound. Sasser misses and Vogt finally rips it away. 3 shots on the possession for Houston. Scott sees a lane. Scott 5 to shoot. Double team comes. And Scott is laboring.
And Grimes is a big part of this team. He did not play at Memphis, which played a big part in that game. When he's
it as well. Chris Harris an offensive rebound off the Sasser miss when he can't convert. So 15 offensive boards for Houston. But Scott and
this 13-year-old Hope Weaver, who had a virus in October that seemed fairly benign. Counted 8 missed layups in the first half against USF, and the Shockers are already on that pace. Scott spinning on Midcard. The pick and roll as so many teams have done over the last few games. Hasgord, Midcard is off the bench now. Scott with
and then a block shot on the next possession.
5 empty possessions in a row between the teams. Scott hits a three. High arcing 3, no go. And Scott hauls in the rebound, his second of the game. In transition, Scott from Adams Woods. No, but nobody got Scott.
Bryce Drew will be your broadcast partner, right? For the
on Sunday here.
On Sunday.
Oh, a throwdown.
Time. Worry about how effective you are during your playing time. Guys that can be selfless like that are the guys you can win championships with.
Brandon Mahan, the last bucket for UC. Roll, it does hurt Cincinnati. Cumberland, though, takes it away from Smith. On the handoff, another stop. Spanning run for UCF since, and Cumberland nearly turned it over again. Scott follows his own miss, and here comes Cumberland. Cumberland into the lane. No foul. Scott tips it in. Don't use one at the start of this possession.
As the shot goes up, watch number 13, Tre Scott. There he is.
Well, Scott will take the shot.
J.J. Miles with the pass inside, but it's rejected away. Here come the Bearcats. Scott inside, right hand gets the layup. Rebound, Cincy. Tre Scott inside off the pass, lays it in. Looking for him inside. It's Williams, nice speed and a dunk.
Very good after the first couple of minutes of the game. It wasn't.
Be devastating for Cincinnati as well. Nice feed once again.
2-3 zone again this time. This area is going to be open.
Tre Scott shooting from. Got a bright future here at ECU.
Yeah, El Paso, Texas.
Scott with the.
He knows that. Guys just got too excited there.
Inside, Tre Scott dunks it.
He and Mike Miller at shoot-around, strongest coaching shoe game I've ever seen. Like, not even close.
Absolutely. Bryce, how many pairs does Penny have sitting in the closet?
He's enjoyed is his focus. You see a lot of potential lateral picks into themselves, but just what you said, he is about to.
Ellis left it short. Shot clock is off. Cumberland running. Cumberland off target. Beg your pardon, Adams Woods off target on the Cumberland feed. Cumberland can't finish, but Scott can.
My goodness.
There's Scott for three.
Interesting hearing Jimmy Dykes marvel at the spacing on the floor in the shot making last night. Like, his voice was incredulous at times.
There is Scott, speaking of shot
block, and you give him a backdoor dunk with under 5 on the shot clock.
Tre Scott, all right. Overtime on the road against a really good team. That's the sell. And you hope that's what the committee is looking at as well. Oh, what a step through by the veterans.
Run by Carlton, stripped on the way up, and Boats got it.
Fans wanted a foul. Big fella's got to get a hold of it. Carlton inside. They need all those bunnies. More importantly, getting a couple of fouls on Boat will not be a bad deal for him.
One given day. Patel falling away. Heat check moment. Boats got it.
Yeah, tough shot there. Move the ball around a little bit more. Speaking of Coach Crowley about moving it,
Maximize real-time rest. Back into the game, Keith Williams. Tre Scott wrecks the rim. The kick. McNeil for three. Scott again.
What he does on the glass, from the field. Didn't make a three, but again, like you said, John, a body.
5 to shoot. Given the three, Tre.
Coach Brandon yelling out the calls. How about Vogt or Cumberland? Not really a factor in this game. They're only down 1.
The Vogt is a major size advantage. They pop. But ended the half on a 16-2 run. Vogt cutting again against Carlton. Tre Scott, head fake, got a cook in the air, and he floats Cumberland off the jab step. Nice fake, got the towel in the air, right in a cook, altered, and Scott, great feed, misses. Scott's got it. Numbers for the Bearcats if they push.
Vogt may have gotten away with a foul there, but Carlton, you got to finish that.
Hesitant
in there. I don't know if he was, a kick was out of bounds.
Scott, faking it.
Wow.
They came off the ball screen. Burton had some different options. He picked the hot hand and gave him another look at it.
Tre Scott with a clean. As of now, according to Joe Lunardi, Cincinnati still has some work to do, but opportunities coming. Tre Scott, what a
great defense by Tre Scott.
Cumberland with a nice feed.
It told me Caleb Mills was the best freshman on the team. He wasn't even a freshman yet, basically. He was redshirted.
Cumberland, good pass. Big finish, Big Ten.
Gets set. A lot of maturity for this young team.
That turned over. Tre Scott.
I'll say nothing else.
Cumberland passes. And picks up the prize. That shot by Mills missed.
He made it a little bit more difficult than it should have been.
Cumberland. Straight ahead three. Scott for three. Got it.
This is not an offensively minded lineup from deep for Cincinnati. And Scott.
Vogt have to be the hero.
Nice dump off Williams, and Scott cannot connect to the rim with 2 tries. Throws it up a 3rd time. He has 9 of Temple's 11 this half. Scott
throughout the year, which has been unfortunate, but he had those bunion issues. He had all kinds of foot problems, but finally he's feeling
way off the mark on a three. Didn't hit the rim. Shot clock did not reset. And Scott. Rebound to Vogt. Nobody guarded Scott underneath. Great night of basketball. Extends here in the American to Philly. Scott from Williams. Slams Cincinnati.
Here's Tre Scott, baseline and the easy. And now 20 seconds back on the timer for Cincinnati. Scott, pull up.
Inside right now.
Jaron Cumberland retreating on defense. Up top to Scott, throwing it down. And Scott picks the pocket and finishes at the... Averaging double figures. His first season as a starter, Jaron Cumberland throws it up the backboard. And he's averaging an NCAA 13th, 21 points per game. And Scott again getting into the
resume. SMU off to a really good start as well.
Scott.
I expect this Cincinnati team to continue to get better as this season goes on.
Up top for Scott again.
Dandridge has played for Penny since the 9th grade. Lomax since the 6th grade. Interior pass, Cumberland to Scott. But those were back in November. They've really struggled recently.
Yeah, 21 against NC State, but you're right. That was November. Yeah, good pass.
And another.
Left open. Williams, top of the key. Put back, missed one. Not that time.
Cincinnati just looks hesitant against the zone.
Cumberland making an impact in the game in the final minute and a half. Good pass to Scott. Scott leans in, uses his body.
Remember, Diggs started this game because Johnny Dawkins wanted to go bigger. Now they go smaller. What does Cincinnati do?
6 to shoot.
Great pass.
Yeah, Scott was wide open. Beautiful pass to Vogt. Rejected by Smith. UC has it back. Williams misses. Vogt tapped at it, and it's... Alley intercepted. And who else? Scott. He's got a breakaway. Look out here.
I think they'd be up like 6 or 8 right now. Absolutely. Considering what you just said. Tre Scott. And that's what they get.
See if you can get him a penetration and kick where he can step into a three.
Another steal. Showtime for Scott.
They've had their share of turnovers tonight.
Nice driving kick, and then the jumper is no good. That's out by Corrida. Down on the run again. Cumberland feeds Scott. Cumberland again for Scott.
Defensive balance that time. Nobody protected the basket.
Jariah Horn's got 8 points.
In the corner, it's Tre Scott. He had a double-double against UConn.
Gilbert has the ball knocked away by Cumberland. Cumberland outlet pass to Scott. Scott goes right to the rim, lays it in, he's fouled.
There's 2 bigs in the game.
And McNeil for 3, no good. Rebound though by Tre Scott. Ball's knocked away by Tre Scott. Another turnover for UConn. Scott to the basket, off the glass.
This year, they're not that style.
UConn tries to force the turnover, but instead it gives Tre Scott an E. Cumberland with the rebound.
Nice look.
Yeah, Adams Woods decides to come out, gives it off to Tre Scott.
Saw a thriller here. Great crowd, electric crowd, and now expecting to save in the back end of this doubleheader. Scott with the steal. Scott finishes it. 8-0 run for Iowa. Has them on top. Scott gets it on the baseline. Crater got in the air. It's one. Frederick there, but it's cleared away by Williams. Now Cincinnati moves it ahead. McNeil gets it. Scott throws it.
Transfer Chris Vogt, who came over with John Brannon. This is the senior Tre Scott.
And then I'll start right after that. I'll get an apartment close to campus and we'll get going.
I think a lot of folks can relate to a Scott. Cumberland matched up with Bowden, one of the great defensive guards in the conference, and a terrific look.
More comfortable in the transition game so far than in the half court.
Scott on the drive. And that ball. Here is Micah Adams-Woods. Scott. Good.
Has given the Vols the big momentum shift.
Scott Clearing out space. Iowa awaits and then conference play in a very difficult schedule.
Defensive player, particularly on the ball this year.
Long two for Cummings. Scott at the other end.
Bay knows it.
Cumberland driving to the bucket. Dumps it off to the back door. Trayvon Scott double. 14 points off turnovers for Colgate. Cincinnati's now turn it over. The future of your program, getting some early minutes if you're Travis Steele in a really high-level game. Pivot against.
For Vogt, overplay, comes to Scott. Can't finish down low. A battle. Trayvon Scott keeps it alive. A piece of that one. Bearcats enjoying their largest lead, trying to extend that. Will with Scott's putback. Cincinnati. It's kind of a hybrid because of so many players back from last year.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's I don't care what anybody says. Something going to the basket, dribble, drive, and kick.
Scott, three to shoot. Thinks about a three. Hits a three.
Williams driving into the lane, falling back, doesn't go, but
For him, may be a long night for UNLV if he gets going.
I talked to John Brennan after shoot-around this afternoon. He said that he was really pleased with the way he practiced. Darren 3-point make has made a three-pointer in 36 straight games. That's sixth best in the NCAA.
That's when you go at him. Don't leave him open.
Cumberland finds Trayvon.
Everybody's looking for Javen. Waiting for him to go. Trey's got to be able to take that shot and make it.
He will with a foot on the line.
Lack of effort. He's a guy that gives you tremendous intensity.
Trayvon Scott stops. Come out a bit hot from the field. It's Trayvon Scott. McNeil to Scott. 15.
You see out here, you got guys that are shooters, you got guys that are drivers, and Jaren is both. Even though he shoots it at a high clip, normally, he's a guy that can get buckets by going to the hole.
McNeil will kick it out. Scott lets the three-ball go. Just over 4 minutes to play in the first half. The Vogt's jump shot doesn't fall, but Scott got